Hello guys, hope you all are doing good today. Welcome to ID Talk TV. In this video, I'll be taking you around the letters in the transfer window, and we're going to be looking at the letters on Nicholas Jackson, Christopher Nkunku, Tyrique George, Lucas Vazquez, and Xavi Simons. But before we go into the letters happening in the transfer market, last night there was an explosion of action at St. James's Park in the last game of the round 2 of EPL football, where Liverpool Football Club visited St. James's Park. It was action-packed, fully loaded, drama, and it ended Newcastle United 2, Liverpool Football Club 3. Lots of drama and action trailed the game between Newcastle United and Liverpool. Liverpool opened the scoring at the 37th minute in the first half with a long-range strike from Ryan Gravenberch. And at the end of the first half, Newcastle United Anthony Gordon was shown a red card on a foul on Virgil van Dijk, and Newcastle United were down to 10 men. In the second half, Tyrique strike again close to the edge of the box to double Liverpool lead, and it was 2-0 as Liverpool controls the game, controls the tempo of the game, and were leading 2-0. But Newcastle United, with a never-say-die attitude, did not give up. They kept their composure, full of confidence, full of energy, and they take on the Liverpool side like they never actually went down to 10 men. And shortly, Bruno Guimaraes pulled one back. At this point, it was 2-1. The game go on with lots of drama. Newcastle United still trailing Liverpool with that numerical disadvantage. And Will Sula, late in the game, got the equalizer for Newcastle United. Newcastle United level up with 10 men. And Liverpool young talented footballer Rio Ngumar scored a stunning strike inside the 18 box and gave Liverpool the win. 3-2 it ended at the St. James's Park. But then the match left us with a lot of questions. Liverpool in their opening EPL game played 4-2 against Bournemouth at Anfield. And last night in their second round of the EPL match played 3-2 at St. James's Park. Meaning Liverpool have conceded 4 goals, haven't scored 7 in 2 matches. And that actually shows the vulnerability of Liverpool defense line. And it's beginning to call for concern that Arne Slot should take a look at the defense line of Liverpool. Now, could it be that Virgil van Dijk and his partner in the centre back is becoming to be weak defensively, or Liverpool defense line generally is becoming weak, having lost Trent Alexander-Arnold? Milos Kerkez, signed from Bournemouth, actually put up a decent performance. But then, the defense line of Liverpool is vulnerable. And we saw that in the Community Shield when they played 2-2 against Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace went on to lift the trophy. We saw that also at Anfield in their opening EPL game against Bournemouth when they played 4-2. In fact, the same thing happened. They trailed 2-0 before Bournemouth actually leveled up 2-2, and Liverpool went on to win the game by 4-2. And last night, they were leading 2-0. Newcastle United leveled up, and Liverpool went on to win 3-2 with a stunning strike from Rio Ngumar. It was good to see. And Slot went on to praise the momentum, the energy that the team actually put on to get all 3 points. But there are still questions in the defense line of Liverpool. Fair play to Newcastle, even though they don't deserve to lose. But they were waxing so much in confidence that at one point, having leveled up with 10 men, they felt they could go all out and get all 3 points. But they have already exposed the back line because the goal scored by Rio, the 16-year-old talented footballer, he was left on mark, and that strike was stunning, and that was wonderful to see from the young lad. But fair play to Newcastle United. They actually gave their all, but they actually played against the defending champion, and that is just what it takes to be champion. Not giving up until the final whistle is gone. And Liverpool got that winning goal at the 90th plus 10th minute because 11 minutes was added after regulation time. So, well-deserved win for Liverpool as the defending champion. But then, there is a question mark with the defense line. What do you make of Liverpool 3-2 victory over Newcastle in the EPL Round 2 game at St. James's Park? Drop your comment down below. Okay, let's switch over to the latest happening in the transfer window. But before we look at some of the latest happening, I want you all to appreciate one signing that I actually made by myself to my football club. It was a signing I made a couple of years ago, and it's a very wonderful, talented young footballer. And it's no other person than my lovely son, Jaden. Jaden is +1 today. He celebrates his birthday. Please, viewers, fans, friends, families, and loved ones, join me celebrate my son as he clocks another year today. That is my own signing. I love that signing so much, and I know it's going to make me proud in the future. Okay, let's head into the full details in some of the latest happening in the transfer market. Check this out concerning Nicolas Jackson. Check this from Fabrizio Romano. Bayern Munich made club-to-club contact with Chelsea on Monday for Nicolas Jackson to discuss formula. Could be a loan plus obligation. Newcastle keep calling and calling. Jackson could be the big bomb in the next days of the market. Report went on to say, breaking, Bayern Munich and Nicolas Jackson have agreed personal terms. Bayern want a loan deal, talking to Chelsea. Bayern Munich again. Why I said Bayern Munich again? Bayern Munich has been all over Chelsea a couple of weeks now when it comes to transfer of players. Initially, it was Christopher Nkunku. The rich personal term, they agreed personal term with Christopher Nkunku, but yet the deal never actually saw the light of day. While Chelsea insists on a permanent deal for Christopher Nkunku, Bayern Munich Max Ebel, talking about the sporting director, keep insisting on a loan move. And at one point, report heavy that Max Ebel, who is the sporting director for Bayern Munich, came out to say what Bayern Munich are interested in at this point in time is a loan move and not a permanent deal for any signing. Now they are back in again for Nicolas Jackson. Let's see how this will play out in the coming days. And as the report said, Nicolas Jackson might just be the next bomb in the transfer market. Aston Villa is still calling, and they keep calling to see how they can secure the signing or the signature of Nicolas Jackson. Having been told that from onset that they cannot sign any player if the player is above 60 million euro. So Aston Villa have been looking for every formula of a loan move to actually get the 24-year-old Senegalese international, who at the moment, will I say, is surplus to requirements at Chelsea. Because if you look at the Chelsea setup, up front, we have João Pedro and Liam Delap, and I don't see Nicolas Jackson putting any of these two on the bench. But we'll see how this will play out in the coming days. Okay, check this out from Karen Gill. It's understood Chelsea still wants around £80 million for Jackson and £40 million for Nkunku. Both have been training with the first team and not the bomb squad in case they are reintegrated. I actually love the approach in which Chelsea are going about the transfer development of Nicolas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku. I think if you ask Christopher Nkunku and Nicolas Jackson what their choice is, I believe they will tell you their choice is to stay. They would like to stay at Chelsea. But at the moment, the players Chelsea have in those positions will not guarantee them game time. And that is why Chelsea have left the door open for the players to actually look elsewhere to play their football. But Chelsea, having stood their ground, insisting on a permanent deal for Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku, still left the door open, saying should the deal did not go through after the transfer window closes, the players can easily reintegrate into the team. They have been trained with the first team, but they are not in the bomb squad. So we're going to see how this will play out in the coming days. Bayern Munich are also in the race for Nicholas Jackson. Aston Villa have entered the race for both Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku. So we're going to see how this will play out before the transfer market closes. Okay, from Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku, let's look at the latest concerning the left wing, the 19-year-old academic prodigy, talking about Tyrique George. Check this out from Fabrizio Romano. AS Roma keep working on Tyrique George deal as exclusively revealed on Saturday. Talks ongoing with his camp and Chelsea over deal formula, preference for permanent move. Bundesliga clubs are also keen, with RB Leipzig and more in contact with players' agents. Fabrizio Romano went on to say AS Roma and Chelsea will be in direct talks for Tyrique George on Tuesday, which is today. Chelsea favor permanent move with heavy sell-on clause as Roma are in talks with both club and players' side. Still no change on Jadon Sancho. On Jadon Sancho's stance at this stage of the window. Wow, this decision Chelsea is about to make, is it the right one? The club knows better, but in my opinion, I think a loan move would have been best for Tyrique George and Chelsea Football Club. But the club still have a way of how to negotiate a business. They are looking at a permanent move with a very heavy sell-on clause, so that Chelsea, on the other hand, can always have something back from their player. And we ought to see how this is going to play out, because AS Roma currently are in talks with both Tyrique George agents and also Chelsea Football Club. The time is ticking, the transfer window is winding down, and Chelsea still have a lot of players to see out before the transfer window will close. But on the case of Tyrique George, we're going to see how this play out. What do you make of the situation regarding Tyrique George? Should Chelsea sell Tyrique George on a permanent move, or it should be loaned? Drop your comment down below. Let the conversation continue from there. Okay, let's take a look at the latest concerning Lucas Vazquez, the former Real Madrid player. Check this out from Fabrizio Romano. Exclusive. Bayern Leverkusen surprise signing at right back could be Lucas Vazquez. Talks are taking place for former Real Madrid player who is being approached in the recent hours. Decision up to Lucas Vazquez. If he accepts, the deal can be sealed soon. And Fabrizio Romano went on to say, exclusive, Lucas Vazquez to Bayern Leverkusen. Here we go. Deal agreed with former Real Madrid right back who joins Bayern Leverkusen as free agent. Medical already done secretly and deal to be signed on Tuesday. Exclusive story from late night and deal done. Bayern Leverkusen has secured the signature of Lucas Vazquez, the former Real Madrid right back, on a free. And I think it's a very good signing for Bayern Leverkusen. Lucas Vazquez have a lot to still offer when it comes to football. The talented right back who has actually wore the captain armband of Real Madrid will be playing his trade in 2025-2026 season with the Bundesliga side, Bayern Leverkusen. Okay, let's move on. Check this out from the sky blue side of Manchester. From Fabrizio Romano. Manuel Akanji's future will be discussed in the next days. Galatasaray agreed £15 million deal with Manchester City, but still no green light from the players. He is also on Bayer Leverkusen short list if Piero Incapié joins Arsenal. He is also on Bayer Leverkusen watch list should Piero Incapié joins Arsenal. A deal has already been agreed. A £15 million deal has been agreed with Galatasaray, between Galatasaray and Manchester City for the Switzerland International. But no green light from the player side. We are waiting to see if Manuel Akanji will accept the offer and join Bayer Leverkusen, or Is he waiting for join Galatasaray, or is he waiting for Bayern Leverkusen? But then we'll see how this will play out in the coming days. The transfer market have less than 6 days to close. Okay, and finally, let's check this full list of activities, and that is talking about players that Chelsea will want to see out before the transfer market will shut. Check this out from Chelsea Football Club. Transfer window. Chelsea outgoing list: Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell, Axel Disasi, Christopher Nkunku, Nicholas Jackson, Tyrique, George, Gilchrist, Dacho, Fofana. The Chelsea incoming players will be Xavi Simons, Alejandro Garnacho, and a possible centre-back. And like the report said, with a plate, probably there could be a new centre-back. But then, all of these players Chelsea have listed, whom Chelsea actually want to see out before the transfer market closes. Raheem Sterling, there is a loan negotiation with Bournemouth. We don't know if that will happen. Ben Chilwell, no, as of now, as of this video recording, no report about Ben Chilwell, whether he will be going out on a loan move or he will be sold. As the Dizazi have agreed personal terms with FC Bournemouth, so we are still waiting to hear an official announcement if every agreement have been reached. Nicholas Jackson, Tyrique, George, and Nkunku I've talked about earlier in this video. So all of this, we're going to see how it play out. And don't forget, Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho are 100% Chelsea bound. The deal will happen. The deal will happen on a condition: if Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku exit the club, Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho will be announced as a Chelsea player. Okay, what do you make of all the latest happening in the transfer letters so far? Drop your comments down below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and catch you in my next video. Bye.